Welcome everybody and welcome to the Thursday Update. We're going to start off like we usually do with a photo of the day, and this by one of my favorite photographers, Mr. Ross Hamilton, and I love that butterfly picture. That's in Ross's postcard collection and greeting card collection. He has that butterfly in there as well. Great picture. Let's talk about what's going on this week, and we'll start off by talking about what is coming up this Sunday. We will be continuing our series called Live Like Mountain Folk, looking at the Sermon on the Mount, and we will be doing it both online and also at our in-person service. And our in-person service, don't forget, we now are doing one service at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. So we started that last Sunday. It was really fun, just seeing a lot of folks, and people had a great time visiting, being together. And if you've been trying to decide if it's time to come back and try an in-person service, I'd invite you to come this Sunday and check it out. So that'll be at 10 o'clock this Sunday morning, and of course we'll have the service online as well. This week we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 6 verses 5 through 8, and this is where Jesus talks about how to pray. Or maybe I should say how not to pray. So we'll be looking at that this Sunday. Just before that though, this coming Friday night, so tomorrow night, there is a women's event. They're calling it a Soak in the Word. And they have a special guest, Jenny Carlson, and Rod and Jenny, husband and wife, they had this ministry where they have committed large sections of Scripture to memory, and it allows them to just share that Scripture in a really sweet, meaningful way. So Jenny is going to be joining the women this Friday night at 7 p.m. here at the church. And if you would like to come, there's no charge, but they would like you to register in advance. And if you go to the website, go to dcchurch.org, there is a banner. Our rotating banners there at the top of the page. Look for the banner for that Soak in the Word event. Click on it and you can get registered for that get-together tomorrow night. Then on Saturday we have our Family Fun Day, and this is for any family with children in grade 5 or younger. We are taking over the Sequim YMCA from 2 to 4 p.m. and the activity is completely free. There's going to be a food truck there. Even the food is free. And you're welcome to bring friends. If you know other families that have kids in that age bracket, by all means, bring them along. And it's just going to be a fun afternoon. We have the run of the place from 2 to 4 o'clock. So hope that we'll see you there on Friday. I'm pretty sure Burnett and I are going to stop by. I know you're thinking we don't have kids that young, but we're watching a grandkid this weekend, so we're going to sneak in. And then Sunday night we are planning an all-church prayer evening here at the church. That will be starting at 6:30 p.m. in the auditorium. And as we are coming out of COVID, as we're starting to enter into a little bit more normal pace of life, it seems like the right time for us to get together as a congregation and just pray together and ask for God's leading in His direction. So I hope that you'll plan to join us Sunday night. Myself, the elders, the staff, we will be there. And just a time to pray and worship together. Sarah and Burnett are going to be there as well to help lead us in some music, and it should be a great evening. So that's Sunday night at 6:30. Then if you've got students, junior high school age students, Darren has put together a summer camp. We couldn't have summer camp last year, but we're having summer camp this year, and it's going to be August 8th through the 13th. I think they're going over to Idaho, and people that have been there have said it's just a great place and a great time. So if you've got students that would like to go to summer camp, why don't you get them signed up? And all you need to do is go to dcchurch.org, and again, one of our rotating banners there will let you click and sign up for camp. And there is a discount for signing up early. I think you save about $50 by doing that. Or if you want more information, you can also contact Darren Sweeney directly to ask him. And you can email him at darren@dcchurch.org. So, summer camp coming up this summer for our youth. And then last week I mentioned this summer food program that's being run through the Boys and Girls Club. There are a lot of children in our community that sometimes go without food. And so they've created this program during the summer when kids aren't in school. to be sure these kids are getting some good regular meals. And what they're looking for are groups who will volunteer to cover 1 week. And that means, like, if it was a home fellowship group, a life group, a group would commit to a week, and then each one of your members might volunteer for a different day that week to help out. It takes about 2 hours per day, and so it's not a big commitment. 1 or 2 people for 2 hours, and a group could cover a full week that way. If you would be interested in helping out and they do still need more help, just contact Pastor Britt here at the church office, and he can give you information on how to become involved in that program. Let's see, what do we have now? Well, how about a thought for the day? This comes from 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 7 through 8. The Apostle Paul says, "I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have loved his appearing." I'm thinking about this verse because last Friday, Burnett and I had the opportunity to fly down to California. We were in the little town of Sonora, which is kind of a parallel community to Sequim, and it's where I served as an associate pastor 25 years ago. And the lead pastor that I served under, I had mentioned him a few weeks ago in this program, Mark Levering, had passed away after about a 10-year battle with cancer. And we went down to be part of his service, and I was asked to speak there, and this was the verse that I spoke from, because Mark to me was one of those individuals who lived that life that he could look back and say that he had fought the good fight, and he had finished the race, he had kept the faith, and he knew the reward that was laid up for him. And I've known several men like that. A year ago, in fact, it's interesting, Mark Levering, whose service I went to on Friday, during seminary at Dallas Theological Seminary, Mark was best friends with the guy who was our first senior pastor here at DCC, Neil Smith. And of course, you know that Neil, another man who had fought the good fight and had finished the race and kept the faith, passed away last April at age 73. And interesting that Mark, his good friend, they'd stayed in touch over the years, passed away just about a year later, this April, also at age 73. And then Sunday morning, I received word that another good man who had fought the good fight and had finished the race and kept the faith, our own Ted Sayers, had gone home to be with Jesus. And Ted was 89 years old and was one of the founding members of Dungeness Community Church. And Ted and his family have had such a great influence on the ministry of this church over the years. Ted's son-in-law, Chuck Bishop, is still one of our elders. And I so appreciated Ted's witness, his character, his encouragement over the years. And the challenge it is to me, and I hope it's a challenge to you, is am I one of those people? Am I a man? Am I a woman that whenever the day comes that the Lord calls me home, the people that know me would look at my life and say, there goes a man, there goes a woman who fought the good fight. They finished the race, they kept the faith, and we look forward with hope to what the Lord has in store for us, because this life is not the end. As I shared at Mark's service, it's not even the beginning of the end. When the Lord calls us home, all we have done is come to the end of the very beginning of what He has for us. Well, I trust that as you think of it, you'll be in prayer for the Sayers family, the Bishop family. Pray for Sandy in particular, as she is missing Ted greatly. And in fact, let's just finish our time with a word of prayer. Father, I thank you for strong, faithful men and women that you've placed in my life that have blazed the way and have left a wonderful example to follow. Father, thank you for Ted's life and what he has meant to the life of this church. I would lift his family up to you and ask for comfort and grace for them in these days, especially for Sandy, Father, that you would give her heart peace. And Lord, may we live this day well for you. May we fight the fight. May we finish the race that you've set out before us. And I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, that's going to wrap us up for this week. I trust you have a great Wednesday and that we will see you either in person or online Sunday morning. Until then, be blessed.